kids who've gone through different things to where their behaviors were then unacceptable to society, and that they would continually do things over and over and over again that were wrong, and learn to do things continually that were wrong. And as all these kids would do that, at some point we would sit there and a little song would come to mind as going with them. As they say, do something wrong, have a bad behavior, we'd sit down and talk to them. Why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? Why did you do this again? Why did you act up again? And then they would say, I don't know. I'm trying to do better. And a little song kind of goes through my head, as it did this last week, as I was sitting with the teenager. And it was, the wheels on the bus go round and round and round and round and round. Right? And sometimes that's life. The wheels continually go round and round. And tragic things happen, but we sometimes find ourselves doing the same things over and over and over and over again. It seems like we go through the same situations over and over again, right? Seems to be life, and it's going to be hard to record me today, Don,
I know.
So you might as well just turn it off.
Well, no,
that way you're not frustrated.
No, I can.
Right.
Maybe I'll move over there. I think I will.
So it's just one of those things that.
There, that's better.
I don't know. In the end, we get down to it, you get down to the bottom of it, and you're like, why are we really here? Why, I'd sit with those kids, and we'd be in a group and whatever else, be like, why are we really here? What's really going on? And they would really not get it. Some of them would get it sooner than later. Some of them it would take a year and a half before they got it. Some kids would get it after 6 months. And they would then realize that they need really just a new heart and a change of heart. That the systemic problem with everyone is just that heart condition. No matter what we've been through, whatever we've been through in life, is having a different heart or a change of heart. Otherwise, the wheels just keep turning round and round and round and round, and we do the same things over and over again. And I can't tell you the amount of people that I talk with that go through the same stuff every day, every week. That it just gets old after a while, doesn't it? Doesn't it? I mean, it just gets old. I'll never forget when I was a kid, as I worked on a dairy farm, there was a time when they would do artificial insemination. Anyone ever work on a dairy farm before? Something like that? All right, artificial insemination. Well, I don't know if you've ever seen the process of artificial insemination, but it was quite disturbing to me. Disturbing in a different way than those stories I talked about earlier. But, when I saw this guy put on a plastic glove that went to his arm, I was like, what's he going to do with that? And then for him to slowly insert and inject his arm into the cow and then do those things. I was like, oh, that was like gross. And you're like, why are you telling me that? Well, I became very disturbed when I was in the military as my stomach was killing me, and I couldn't figure out what it was, and I went for a couple weeks, and I finally went to the doctor, and she's like, I don't know what's wrong with you. And she then took out her glove. Now, I didn't use latex in case someone was allergic. She put her glove on. And I was like, no way. And if you'll notice, it said sheep. Which made it worse. I was like,
embarrassing.
And then she put on the other one. And I thought, oh my goodness. The last time I'd seen something like this was not a good experience. I released that cow, and now I'm on the gurney or the table, and she's about to examine me. Right? She's about to examine me. Now, this morning I'd like to do some examinations. I'd like for you to do some examinations. I think it's scriptural that does not work anymore. Or is it just gone? Hello? Hi, man. Bob. Was it better? No. Not better? All right, I'll just stop that. So, to do these examinations, I have a little something that I want to talk about because I believe many times the wheels of the bus keep going round and round and round and round. And so, I believe as Christians, we can waste our time. We can waste our time being Christians by doing certain things, and which continues the cycle of the wheels going round and round and round and round. All right, these are in no specific order, but I just want to talk to you a little bit about them. And Hopefully I can do 10 in 10 minutes. All right, that's what we're going to shoot for. 1. Visual examination. Allow yourself to be bitter against someone who has hurt you. All right, go back on. Allow yourself to be bitter against someone who has hurt you. That will bring you down. It'll bring your family down. It'll bring relationships down. No matter what's going on in your life, if bitterness stays there, someone hurts you and does something to you, it will tear you down and tear everyone else around you down. I might suggest, if you want the wheels to go round and round, continue to be bitter. Just be bitter. All right? See if that works for you. Most times it doesn't. Next one. Use your time and your money and your resources only for yourself and your needs. All right? And it's interesting, people with financial problems and dilemmas, as we all do at some times, it's like the same stuff keeps happening over and over and over again. And most times I believe it has to do with selfishness and greed and really not even giving to God what He deserves. Okay? For those, go back, I'm not doing that. For those that, at least my experience is, to have the most financial difficulties are those that would not be faithful in paying a tithe, or throw a $20 here, or a $30 here, or a $5 here, and over and over again they kind of go through these problems. And so you might be wasting your time. If you want the wheels of the bus to go round and round, just be selfish with your money. Just be selfish with your money, with your house, with your possessions. Yeah, see how that works for you. Okay, let's go to the next one. I'm going to do this in less than 10 minutes. That's good. Spend little to no time with the Lord in solitude. Just you and Him alone. All right? If you want the wheels of the bus, don't spend any time with God. Don't get off by yourself. Just be busy. Just get busier and busier and busier and have Anthony problems. Because that's what Anthony does. It's like busy, busy, busy. And sometimes it's hard to say, no, we can't do that. Oh, I'll do it. I'll do this. Or I'll do that. I'm just going to be busy because busy feels good. Why are you so busy? If you want the wheels of the bus to turn round and round, just stay busy. Okay? Just stay busy. And don't pray. Neglect reading the scriptures. Hey, you want your life to be... I should do an infomercial. Hey, you want your life to be horrible? You want your life to not grow in the Lord and understand Him and His ways and walk around with no knowledge and do the same things over and over again? Just don't read the scriptures. Like 97% of people do today. Actually, it's more like 93%. Statistically, only 7% of people actually read their Bible. 7% of Christians, read their Bible. 7%. Alright? So if we're looking here, 7%, that's pretty little. Alright? If you want your life to sort of be meaningless and not know how you can grow and hear what God has to say with you, if you want to do that, hey, don't even read the scriptures. Just don't even open it up. Stay busy. And I guarantee you that'll happen. Alright, number 5. Defame others or misrepresent them or their work, especially fellow believers. They did this or they did that. Man, they're doing a bad job at work.
Gotcha.
Or do you see what they're doing in their ministry? I get really tired of them not standing up and doing what they need to do. Or maybe they should follow through. And to defame others behind their backs and whatever else. Because remember, with one mouth, it's interesting, the Bible says, we glorify God, and yet with our mouth we curse the guy that we know and love. Or that God loves. So, hey, you want the wheels to turn round and round and round and round? Just talk bad about people. And see how that works for you. See how that works. Okay? Next. Rarely or never read books with spiritual depth. Alright? I know everyone here is taking notes this morning. And you're going to remember all these 10 things because we're excited to learn and know. And so, never read books with spiritual depth. I found it disturbing, at least in Christian life, where people oftentimes, they go from one book, Prayer of Jabez, to another book, and to another book, and to another book. And it's like, man, why do people do that? And then realize how important it is to read books by other people with spiritual depth. Because they've been there, they've lived your life, they've had your problems, and they found grace, they found mercy, they found insight. But hey, if you want the wheels of the bus to go round and round, don't read anything. Don't read anything. Just look at YouTube and look at Facebook and, just watch the news. And guarantee those wheels will go round and round. See how that works for you. All right? Have no fellowship or relationship with other believers. Okay? Because I'm going to be on an island all by myself. I'm going to take care of life, and it's just going to be me and God. It's just about me and having the Holy Spirit, and that's all that really matters. If you want the wheels to go round and round, just be separate from other people. Don't get involved in a small group. Don't get involved in community. Just be out there all by yourself. Someone told me the other day, they were counseled by someone else, man, you don't need to talk to other people. God will just work it out for you. What? If anything I know about the book of Acts and about the Bible and those kind of, it's one another, getting together with one another. Feedback. If there's one thing I could say that would be helpful for you in your life, is allow other people to honestly give you feedback. Feedback in your business, feedback in your work, feedback in your relationship. Someone you like, just tell me, be honestly and brutally true with me. Tell me everything. Alright? Number 8. If you want the wheels of the bus to go round and round, let envy and jealousy take hold of your heart and drive your actions. Right? Look at the pictures up there. I see you ladies sometimes around here. What's she wearing today? Look at the shoes she's wearing today. She's trying to look taller. She was fat in that dress. Oh, no, I'm just saying what people afraid to say. Alright, that's cut a little bit too low. Alright, envy, jealousy. Don't be envious. I mean, if you want the bus to go around, just be envious. Oh, I wish I had a body like that. I wish I had their money. There's so many things I could do. I wish I had their house. I'd like to be happy. Keeps turning around. I wish I had her. Oh, go back. Because I think, I talked about ladies, but guys, so many times I see guys as they're sitting there talking, whatever else, and I've even seen it here before. It's like wandering eyes. Look over here. Look over there. Add something that's not yours. For someone that's not. Happens all the time. You want the wheels to go around and around in your relationship, and you wonder why relationships aren't getting close? Just keep wandering eyes. Keep looking at others. And the ladies are like, what? They do that? 9. Never learn from your mistakes or take responsibility for them. If you want the wheels to go around and around, just blame other people. That's a good thing. Man, it was my mom's fault. It was my dad's fault. Or I did this, oh, they're to blame. I can't believe they gave you that punishment. Just don't learn from any mistake that you do. Just blame other people and see where that leads you. See where that leads you. I had a guy in jail once, and he had nothing to do but blame the judge, blame the attorney, blame these people for the mistake that he made. And that's why he's there. Alright? So if you want the wheels to turn around and round and round, just blame others. And don't take any responsibility for yourself or your actions. And number 10, waste every crisis that comes into your life. Ah! It's a crisis. Oh, it's bad! This bad thing happened, and that bad thing happened. And I can't take it anymore. Instead of, as James looks at it, all these trials that go on in your life, God's actually doing something, and it's an opportunity. He's using it as an opportunity, and you might feel low, but He's actually lifting you high. And He's lifting you up, and He's teaching you, and He's changing you. But if you want the wheels to turn round and round and round and round, don't make opportunity of any crisis or any problem in your life. Don't do that. And they'll continue to turn round and round and round. And I say all these things because I think there's a complete opposite to them, and that Jesus, in the Sermon on the Mount, and in the book of James, and in other books of the Bible, they had a real practical way to live. So that we didn't constantly have to do the same thing over and over and over again. Because believe me, so many times people go through something, they go through a problem. Well, I'm going to quit this job. I'm going to quit this job, I'm going to go get a better job. And you get there, and guess what? The same people are there. Right? Yeah, I'm rid of this job. Right? All right. I'm going to get out of this relationship because he's just not loving me like he needs to. And then you go find this other guy, and guess what? He don't love you like he needs to either. Right? Same stuff over and over and over again. And I'm sorry if you do that. But know that when we're weak, when we recognize we're weak, and the wheels have just been turning, and we recognize that and acknowledge that, as Paul once did, when he said, hey, I'm having a problem, I'm having a trial, I prayed away, it won't go away. I'm not getting it fixed, and God says, my grace is sufficient in your weakness. So he says, you know what, I'm weak in this area. I let it spin round and round, the school bus go over and over again, to recognize that and watch what God will do and teach you. But it happens within community. It happens within reading the Scriptures. It happens as we get together and spend time in solitude. It happens as we choose not to be jealous or envious. All those things. Jesus was amazing in that he was subject to all the same stuff that we were, yet the wheels didn't turn round and round and round and round. Because he was completely set on doing one thing, and that's what God wanted. He was completely set on lifting the cross and bearing all those mistakes, all those sins on himself. And he stands today and he says, hey, let's examine some things together. I've got my white gloves on. I don't want you to get sick, but I want to make you better. Yes, allow him into your life. At the same time, continue to allow him to do the work that he's wanting to do in your life. So now that you have all your notes, and you've taken down all those 10 things, I trust that one stuck today. And that, well, as we're about to sing our last song, which is Your Grace Amazes Me, to realize that if we do that stuff and we're riding on the bus, he still loves us. His arms are still wide open. He still says, I forgive you. I'm still trying to work it out in your life. He who started the good work in you, the Bible says, will finish it to completion. Right? He will finish the work that he started in you. And so not to, be discouraged about it, but recognize it, analyze it, and go on happy that he's shown mercy to us, still loves us, and won't allow us to be astray. So I give all the praise and glory and honor to him. We talked about singing this stuff this morning. I remember sitting in some churches when I first became Christian and stuff, and it was hymns, and that's all I knew. The only thing I knew, I never heard anything like this. Actually, I don't even know if it existed 16 years ago very well.
Not the Adventist.
No, not the piano. Like praise music. Praise music. Gotcha. Yeah, and with that. And so that's all I knew. And I would sit there and be like, it is well with my soul. And I'd be like, wow, I can't even sing this song. I can't even sing this song. It means so much. I don't want to sing this out. When it comes to singing and when it comes to being here and all that, and God's got things He wants to say to us and reveal Himself in amazing ways. His grace still amazes us, right, Travis?